Today on GameWorks, we talk about Super Meat Boy, level design, and jarred fetuses. It's been a weird day. Do you ever get that creeping feeling down the back of your neck that keeps you tossing and turning as you try to fall asleep at night? Are your loved ones safe? Are the people you care for most sleeping soundly in their beds? Or are their nights disturbed? Have they been violated by the dark forces in this world? Has a jarred fetus stolen your bandaged girlfriend? That last one might just be me. Is that just me? I think that's just me. Super Meat Boy! This game is amazing, and nearly analogous with level design. If you look up level design in the dictionary, next to it there would be a bunch of words. But there should be a picture of Super Meat Boy. But what's so cool about that, you ask? Every game has levels, and this game just has more than most. What's special about that? Well, I'll tell you, dear viewer, this game has a near-perfect difficulty curve that teaches the player through level design itself. There's lots of lessons to be learned from this game on how to teach the player through good, flowing level design. So let's jump right in and look at the very beginning of this game, World 1, to see how this game teaches the player to be prepared for the near-nuclear holocaust levels of difficulty that lay await for you later in the game. I'm not actually sure a nuclear holocaust would be that hard. Who wrote this metaphor? Jim? I told you watch out for your shitty metaphors, Jim. You're on thin ice over there, buddy. So let's start off right at the beginning. World 1, level 7. Hey, who wrote that? Jim? Did you write this? Hey, your 1 looks like a 7. Yeah, I told you not to be an asshole. Yeah? You know what, Jim's fired. Fire Jim. World 1, level 1. This level starts you off with a sign that shows you how the controls of the game work. And this is where most games would stop with the control education. But the designers of this game wanted it to be very hard. But to do that, they had to have faith that you, the player, would understand how the game works and the mechanics in the game. So in this whole first world, they teach you everything you need to know for the entire game. And in this first level, they guarantee that you would at least have to master jumping to finish the level. Even if you just rush right by the sign telling you how to play the game and ignore it, you still have to jump to complete the level. I did it! Yeah! In level 2, you're given this long vertical passage you need to get up with the wall jump. Even if you hadn't figured out how to wall jump yet, jumping naturally into this wall on the right makes you slide down, leaving a meat trail. This seems to be implying that something else can happen while you're sliding, so if you try jumping again, since that's the only real move you know in this game, you'll start wall jumping. You figured it out! Have a cookie! And a trophy. Your life is sad. It also makes sure that you know that you can wall jump multiple times in a row, which will come in handy incredibly later. In level 3, they teach you how to long jump. There's no way to beat this level without long jumping, so they make sure that you know how to run and then jump in quick succession successfully. Notice that in the first 3 levels, all the basic jumps in this game, the wall jump, the regular jump, and the long running jump, are all covered and made so that you can't progress any further unless you know these basic moves. Let's continue. In level 4, they show you how to vertical jump in quick succession, like you do at the end of the level. They show how doing this can actually boost your vertical speed if you're doing it right, and it's hard not to do it right because the way forward is so narrow. It also just helps you get a general handle on the physics of wall jumping, especially rapid wall jumping. This level shows you how with some controller jamming you can continuously vertically wall jump on just one wall. Unlike a lot of these other mechanics, this is not something that would naturally occur to the player, because it doesn't occur in many other games, unlike the other mechanics. So they made sure to have an entire level devoted to just this particular concept. In level 6 you learned that saws are bad, don't touch, ah! In level 7 you see how to dodge saws while performing wall jumps. In level 8 you get a taste of reverse wall jumping, giving a good impression of the range of motion during and after you wall jump. Similar to the single wall jump, this is important, because not all games have you doing dexterities like this in the air, so they have to make sure that you understand that these are within your capabilities as a player. Level 9 shows the new falling dirt mechanic. As you run forward onto this platform, you naturally just jump off and do a wall jump to get to the next platform like you've been doing for all these other levels. But in doing so, you can see the animation of the dirt falling away behind you, giving you plenty of time to see without putting you in much actual danger. After level 9 introduces the dirt, level 10 shows you how they normally use it in the game, with you having to jump onto it, crumble it, and then jump through the hole that you made. Level 11 just tests your dirt skills again. Except in the last ones you had a safety net and it gave you some leeway if you fucked up on the dirt, but in this one, no longer. You have to know how it works and get it right on your first try or you're gonna fall to your death. See, just like 1, 2, and 3 teaching you the jump mechanics, 9, 10, and 11 work very well in succession as well. It introduces the dirt mechanic, shows you the full extent of the dirt mechanic, and then tests you on your knowledge of the dirt mechanic. Level 12, there isn't, this one's actually just do it. I mean, they're just testing you, make sure you know I have something cool to say about all the other ones. I don't got shit to say about this one. Sorry, level 12. Sorry. In level 13, we're introduced to the moving saws, whereas before we only saw stationary ones. It gives you plenty of time to look back and consider this new moving obstacle, which you haven't seen before. 14 introduces you to saws moving up and down along the walls, showing you the new timings that you need for your wall jump slide. 15's got shooting saws! 16 has vertical shooting saws, again showing you the timing you need to use in a lot of these puzzles, and also making sure you fully comprehended the slower time that it takes to slide down a wall as opposed to just falling. 17 has saws that spin like motherfuckers. Level 18 has spinning saws that spin like motherfuckers a lot, everywhere. And also, if you play this level right, it also shows you that even though sometimes things look big and complicated, sometimes the answer is really simple. I remember the first time I played this, I sat and stared at it for like 15 minutes and tried 10 different ways of being smart and trying to get around it. And then I just jumped and jumped again and did it. And it made me realize that, hey, this game is hard but not unfair. 19 introduces short saw jumps. See, in every other jump before this level, you can hold the jump button the entire time to get where you're going. But this one introduces the very important concept of letting go of the jump button, which doesn't really come naturally. It shows how sometimes you want a shorter hop over something to be safe. And 19 makes sure that you understand that. Level 20 is starting to synthesize all of these skills. Shooting saws, wall saws, the dirt mechanic, it's got it all. And then, oh yeah, level 21, the big boss, the jarred fetus. This last level combines everything that you've learned throughout this, making it a masterclass on making sure you know how to play this game before they really ratchet up the difficulty. Yes, this level has everything, except for shooting saws. Come on man, shooting saws get no love? I love you, shooting saws. So that was a quick overview of the entire first world of Super Meat Boy. I gotta be honest, this is one of the best first worlds I've ever seen to any game. There's hardly any mechanic that does not get at least touched upon during this first world. If you start the game completely not knowing anything, you can leave this first world understanding the basics of the entire game. And learning them wasn't frustrating and it wasn't given to you in some weird game immersion-breaking cutscene or tutorial or thing like that. It was all naturally conveyed to you through the way that you have to play the game because of the tight, concise level design. I will forever be impressed by this first world and consider it one of the best first stages and first worlds of any games in existence. Team Meat, I love you. Will you marry me? Just kidding, there's two of you. I ain't no Mormon. Like if you like to like things, comment if you commonly comment on things, and subscribe. And as always, see you guys next time. Always end with a Mormon joke, that's what Mom used to tell me. Hey, welcome to the end of the video. You thought it was over? Well, it's not. So fuck you. We here at GameWorks have been getting some pretty awesome comments lately. So I decided that instead of having a really long outro like I normally do, I'm gonna read some comments from 2 videos ago and respond to them. Unfortunately, I make these too far apart for me to do the last video, but 2 videos ago, which is the Zelda video, your comments are getting responded to right now. So if you would like to see your comment responded to on the next video, go comment on fucking Shadow of the Colossus. If you want to see your comment responded to 2 videos from now, comment on this one. Any comment that I especially like, I'm gonna give a response to. So if you want to see that shit, comment down below. First up on the Zelda response video, we have Barbaric Numbat, who seems slightly critical of Aaron's arguments, saying that they're basically just ignoring theming. I kind of agree. Aaron probably seems to fall into that camp of people that holds game mechanics over game story. I'd be willing to bet that if he played Gone Home, he wouldn't like it too terribly much, but he likes a lot of those old games because they're entirely mechanic-based. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, but for someone like me, and clearly like this guy who was commenting, it can kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth when you're just like, but you're ignoring all of the cool story reasons why that would be in the game, don't do that! So yeah, I agree. It makes some of his arguments fall flat, but I mean, of course, it's just a different way of looking at it. I don't think it's intrinsically worse than my or your way of looking at it, but you know, Transam7930 really liked my bird joke. Thank you. That was my personal favorite joke of the episode too. I'm proud of me. Cesar Jimenez wrote a really awesome comment. Shout out to you, buddy. I really liked this thing. He pointed out in large detail the favorite Zelda of most of the big YouTubers, and how none of them really like Skyward Sword that much, or if they do, it's not even close to their favorite. He also expressed an interest in me making an entire video about why I like this game so much, which is something that I would be totally willing to do. I don't know, is that a thing that we would want? If you want that, fucking leave a comment, let me know. I'll make it, I got no problem. I'll talk about Skyward Sword all day. He mentions that he likes Twilight Princess, which I don't. But, you know, again, maybe that can be in the same video. I don't fucking know. He also expressed a concern of people getting mad at me for disagreeing with Egoraptor, to which I just say, God damn, if Egoraptor gets upset at me for a video I made at him, I am going to be well known. And as such, I am okay with that. Egoraptor, you get as fucking pissed as you want to, buddy. But seriously, I tried to make it clear whenever I was joking that I was joking. Wasn't actually being serious about saying fuck you to Egoraptor. I felt like I tried to make it pretty clear that I actually respected the guy a lot, and that I wasn't trying to say that he or any of his opinions were stupid or unfounded. So hopefully I did a good job with that. History will let me know if I didn't. History and angry comments. That's it for the comment response today. Like I said before, leave a comment down below if you want your comment responded to.